Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Alpha Omega Occasionally. I'm working flat out. I'm trying to keep 3 YouTube channels going and my online other stuff that I do. And guess what? All of this pales in insignificance when I compare it to the absolute pressure and toil that I have to put up with certain parts of Thai culture. And namely, no, I'm not using my wife. I'm using my wife as an example. I'm not saying it's just her. It's not just her, but it's an example of what we're going to talk about in this video. And we're going to talk about a lot. You see, she's planning a trip to... Now, I'm going to take you on a trip myself now in a couple of minutes. We're going to collect Harry from school. And you're going to see, speak of the devil, she's after coming home there, because I'm recording this after the event, because I had recorded it before, but something happened with the file, so I'm just filling in the gaps here. So the next scene you're going to see is me driving to pick Harry up to school, but I've already done that. It's a bit like Pulp Fiction. It's non-sequential, and that's one of the things that made Pulp Fiction a masterpiece. And maybe this is a masterpiece, but I can tell you what isn't a masterpiece: being married to a Thai woman. She is planning a trip to Pattaya. And she told me at the start of last week that her staff were coming. It's a group trip. Now, I made a video about going away with them 2 weeks ago with the staff on a group, and it nearly drove me mad. But you see, she then told me the group weren't coming, because I said to her I wasn't going if the group was going. And then this morning when I brought Harry to school, I said to him, "You're going to Pattaya tomorrow." He said, "You're not going, the group is going." Now, I don't know if he was winding me up or not, but it wouldn't surprise me for 1 minute, because she is saving face telling me the group aren't going when they probably are going. It happened to me before. I made 3 videos. I think I mentioned it in this video as well. I made 3 videos 2 years ago on our trip to Myanmar, where I arrived at the airport. You'll see it in the first, there's 3 videos. In the first video, me arriving at the airport, and to my dismay, I had to hand my passport over to the group leader. 35 people in the group, or ballpark, 35 people in the group, and we all had to pass our passport over to the group leader, who checked in the group as a whole, and I refused, but she made sure, it's instructed me to hand over my passport. I hate groups because you lose your individuality. Anyway, stay tuned for this. We're going to pick Harry up from school and we'll take it from there. Oh, you're probably familiar with this route. Probably as familiar with this route as I am by now. So this is why I'm concerned, you see. And it's more than a concern. I am absolutely pissed off that I cannot... There's an accident there, is it? No? Motorcycle around in the back of a car or something like that. Anyway, I cannot have trust in what my wife says, because she places more importance on saving face and trying to keep the peace than she does on telling the truth. There's a very good YouTuber, a Thai YouTuber. I'll try, as I'm making this video, I watched this video. I'm going to try and find him again. I watched him during the week. He makes great videos. He's fluent English. And he made a great video about Thai culture, explaining the way Thais think. And it's absolutely amazing. You get an insight from a Thai person. And one of the things he said, and of course this is not verbatim, one of the things he said was they think as a group. That if you ask a Thai, what time do you want to meet? They will normally say, "Lao da kun, up to you." And for us, that's kind of a shrug on your shoulders, fed up, up to you, I'm not interested kind of thing. But for them, they will place more importance on what effect it will have on their families or their friends or whatever it is, the group, before they can make a decision. Now, that's just one aspect of what he said. It's absolutely amazing video, and he's a great channel. And if you want to learn a bit of Thai, watch his channel, because he explains he's fluent English like a native, and he explains it. He's unique. But you see, this is what it's all about. She was coming home from work the other day, and Harry wanted to go swimming in the pool, and I just wasn't. You know what I had? I had a bite on my the mother of a mosquito bite on my shin, which just wouldn't heal. Thank God it's healed up now. It just wouldn't heal. It was the size of a 1 cent of a €1 coin, and it wouldn't heal, and it was kind of open, and it was infected around it. And I didn't want to get into the pool. You don't get into and there was loads of kids in the pool at the time. You know what kids do in swimming pools. Anyway, I wasn't going to get in with an open wound. So Harry wanted to go swimming, but I said to him, wait till Mammy comes home, and he asked me to ring her, or to call her. So I called her, and then she said to him, get Daddy to bring you swimming, and I'll take over when I get home. So I got the phone, and I said, what time will you be here? She said 10 minutes. And this is true. This is absolutely verbatim. She said 10 minutes. I said, cool in the gang. So there we are. I didn't get into the pool though. I didn't get in. I stood by the pool entertaining Harry because he needed my attention all the time. And just standing there, and it was uncomfortable for me because it was the dry, not the dry, the humid heat. And you're just standing around there 5 o'clock in the evening, and there are other things to be done. Anyway, 10 minutes came and went. 30 minutes came and went. 40 minutes came and went. And then I called her. And I said, in Thai, this is all in Thai. Where are you? Kun you nine the crap? Where are you? And she said, I'm in such and such, Sudi-san. She said she was in Sudi-san. I'm in Sudi-san now. Sudi-san is as vague as frosted glass. I mean, how far away are you? I'm in Sudi-san. Sudi-san's a huge area. It's a huge area. I don't know where in Sudi-san she was. And she said, I'll be home. I said, what time will you be home at? And she said, 10 minutes. But she said 10 minutes, 40 minutes before. And you see, for her, there's no explanation. There's no apology. Because she was only, in the first instance, she was only telling me what she thought I wanted to hear. And that's saving face. They don't want to be seen as giving you false hope, or they don't want to be seen as giving you, upsetting you. And for them, it's quite normal behaviour, but for us, it's infuriating. And this trip to Pattaya is the same thing. Now, there is a possibility, and I'll be eating humble pie. There is a possibility that Harry was messing with me. But when Harry gets in the car, you'll hear him. I'm going to say it to him again, and you'll be able to judge, is this a 6-year-old telling pork pies? That's lies. But you see, as I said, 6-year-olds don't volunteer lies. 6-year-olds respond with a lie if they've done something wrong, but they don't just make a statement that isn't true for the sake of it, because they're not developed that much yet. And I'm sure you know what I mean. So I'll make my way to the school. Harry will get into the car, we'll ask him the question, and you can gauge yourself whether I'm imagining things, and this is not a case of saving face, or it is a case of saving face. Enjoy this musical interlude while we make our way to the school. Now, you probably noticed the difference in quality. I hate using that GoPro. I only do it for convenience because it's good for when you're moving around. If you're starting a YouTube channel, invest in a camera. GoPros are just everywhere. They're convenient, but they don't give the best quality. That's my opinion. But guess what happened? Guess what happened? As I said, Harry was a bit upset when he came home when he got into the car. And he was kind of telling me what happened. Now, I can't tell you because on YouTube, I wouldn't be allowed to say it. But let's say he did something wrong in school, okay? Now, he didn't tell me that, because that's what I said. When you ask a kid a question and they don't want to tell you the truth, they tell you a lie, but they don't volunteer lies necessarily. But what happened? Went and got, as you saw, went and got the chicken burger and the fries and that. Anyway, we get home. I get a phone call from my wife. And she's able to tell me what Harry didn't tell me about what happened in school, because the school called her. I was in the school. He was crying in my presence and the presence of the school staff. Nobody said anything to me. Guess why? Because I'm a monkey boy. I'm a Farang. They don't. You were treated like a second-class bloody citizen. And anyone who's watching this video, well, nobody who's watching this video could disagree. And nobody who's watching this video could disagree with that. I was in the school. I was there. He was crying. He was very upset as to what happened. And I'm not going to go into detail exactly what happened, but he did something wrong. And the staff were in my presence. And when I got home, they had rang or called my wife to explain what happened. But they didn't say anything to me. And you might say because it's Thai, it's a bilingual school. It's bilingual. The teachers speak both English and Thai. So what does that tell you? And this is something else. These are some of the things that you just have to bloody well put up with when you're married to a Thai woman. Now that's not her fault, but she didn't even question why she could find out, and she's 7 kilometers away at work. She didn't even question as to why didn't I find out, or why wasn't I informed as to what happened when I was there. Oh no, they'll tell her because she's Thai. And that's the truth of it. So being married to a Thai woman brings up a lot of complications. Not just cultural. Well, I suppose culture has everything to do with it. I suppose, yes. I'll say it is all to do with culture. And unless you are willing to accommodate and tolerate their way of doing things, you might as well forget it. And one of the ways I succeed in managing myself and surviving is by venting on YouTube. A lot of guys mentioned over the last couple of videos that I've been very low key. Well, I was, and I am. But things do happen that make me fucking drive me crazy, and that drives me crazy. So there you go, lads. So it's yet to be seen what happens on the trip to Pattaya. I'll keep you informed. I'll be making videos when I'm down there. But it has been seen on this video that I am a second-class citizen. I am not treated with the respect that she is treated because she's Thai. And a Thai person will tell you anything they want, as long as they tell you what they think you want to hear. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this. I really do. I do my best to bring it the real deal, as you know. And if you have enjoyed the video, lads, keep it here. Click the like button, the share button, subscribe button, do all those wonderful things. And watch out for our forthcoming videos from Pattaya. And we'll have a look and see what's going on down there. Thanks for joining me.